every few months, Joe Riccio comes on to 207 to talk about food and restaurants. He knows the territory. He's a private chef, a longtime food writer, and the host of the Food Coma podcast.
On top of that, since he started at the age of 16, Joe Riccio has worked in 44 different restaurants. So a few weeks ago when he said, hey, let's show people that contrary to myth, you can find good barbecue in Maine, we hit the road with Joe as our guide. When a lot of people think of the Kennebunks, what probably comes to mind is the Bush family. Ask people about food they identify with in the Kennebunks, and they'd probably say, no surprise, lobster.
Is our special.
So owner and chef Josh Maynard was taking a big leap in 2022 when he opened his barbecue restaurant, Smoke, in Kennebunk. Were there people who said to you, this just isn't going to work?
Every day.
These are smoked chickens that we smoke in the morning. Use it for our chopped chicken, sandwiches, that kind of stuff.
As a business proposition, barbecue represented a gamble, and Maynard was all in.
My life savings is in this place, all of my energy. I mean, this is like my third kid.
Now, in parts of the American South, barbecue can be practically a religion. At the acclaimed Franklin Barbecue in Austin, Texas, customers are encouraged to bring books and lawn chairs because they've been known to wait in line for 6 hours and longer. Maine is not like the South.
I'm told that like when they do barbecue competitions down there, they don't allow like Northerners to be judges. Like they don't trust, because they're like, oh, of course, you're gonna think everything's amazing.
Different barbecue regions, especially down south, have their own tastes and traditions, their distinctive beliefs and commandments.
The benefit of living in Maine is that we're not tied to one regional barbecue style. So I basically chose all the things that I like.
The foundation of Smoke is Ruby. That's the name of the smoker that Josh Maynard had built in Texas and hauled up to Maine. Ruby smokes beef, pork, and chicken 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, fueled by Maine red oak.
The best thing about it is it's very dense and it imparts a really nice, rich smoke to the meat.
Maynard's workday begins at 4:30 in the morning, so he'd already been working for 8 hours when Joe Riccio and I sat down for lunch.
Almost every girl I've ever dated has criticized my excessive use of paper towels in the kitchen. You'd think that's crazy, but they do. So I do appreciate that barbecue restaurants always have a full roll of them on the table.
I didn't expect I was going to get such product placement for paper towels. And with that, time to eat.
Guys, represent your meat-pocalypse.
Look at this.
You heard right. The name of the dish is Meat-Pocalypse.
We have a half a pound of brisket, a half a pound of pulled pork, half a pound of Bell & Evans chopped chicken.
Also, sausage, chili, baby back ribs, baked beans, cornbread, coleslaw, and mac and cheese.
These ribs are fantastic. I mean, you know, people are always like, oh, a rib should fall off the bone. A rib should pull off the bone, not fall off the bone.
It's probably safe to say very few customers, no matter what they order, go away hungry. The portions are pretty substantial. I'm guessing you might be taking some home with you?
Maybe, but honestly, it's so good, I think I'm going to finish it all. And knowing I was coming here, I only had a cup of cocoa for breakfast.
We ate as much as we could, then we surrendered. At the end of the meal, Joe summed up our time at Smoke by saying, I'm happy, I'm full, I need a nap.
I'm very hungry now.
Well, one of Joe's great observations, which I totally agree with, and he phrases it so simply, is the meat should not fall off the bone.
Yeah.
It should be pulled off the bone. Because otherwise it can be kind of mushy almost.
Yes, but you want that like perfect tenderness to it when you like bite into it and all of it. Ugh. Do you have a favorite barbecue dish or?
I like pulled pork.
Yes.
Joe is a brisket man.
Yep.
So, but it was all good.
I bet. I remember growing up, didn't go to a lot of barbecue restaurants, but we would have like pig roasts. My dad makes amazing ribs, so I grew up eating it. And the one thing I loved about it was you kind of stack it, like with pulled pork, for instance, right? It's like you've got the bread, the pork, the coleslaw, the pickles. It's just so good.
There didn't used to be much barbecue in Maine, and that's why as a kid you probably, it wasn't really on your radar.
Yeah.
I can remember in the 1980s when a barbecue joint opened in Old Orchard Beach, and I was so excited because I think it was the first one around. And it didn't last long, but now there are several, and so Joe and I may be going to visit some more. That's our hope.
So stay hungry, folks.
And
stay
Smoke
hungry.
just reopened after a holiday break, so today is the first day since the holiday vacation. They're ready to welcome you Wednesdays through Sunday, Smoke in Kennebunk.
Love it.